G'day everyone, that's me here on Byron Bay Beach. I had to take this drone footage just to remind myself and share with you all just how beautiful this spot is here. We were lucky enough to book the very last powered site here at First Sun Holiday Park in Byron Bay. We stayed here for 2 nights as we slowly made our way up to the Sunshine Coast. This holiday park is only a few metres from the beautiful Pacific Ocean, and it's located on one of the best beaches and most famous surfing locations on the east coast of Australia. It's also right in the middle of town and only a few minutes walk to all the shops, cafes, restaurants and bars. And from here, it's only about a 45-minute walk to Cape Byron, where you can walk around Byron Bay Lighthouse and look at the spectacular views from all the various lookout points. As you enter the park, you'll notice the offices on the left-hand side, just past the boom gate. We stayed here in February 2023 and we paid $70 a night for 2 nights. It's a quiet little park, and you'll notice no matter where you are in the park, you're never any further than a minute from the beach. There's our little mobile home there. And I noticed if you wanted to get away from the crowds in town and on the beaches, you just walk north up the beach past the caravan park. I found the further you walked, the further north you walked, the quieter it got. Still plenty of nice little surf breaks and swimming spots. It just got you out of the hustle and bustle for the time that you wanted. Ooh, okay. We're back in the van. What's the time now? It's 5:15. We call that beer o'clock in New South Wales. We've got the U-Butte camping recliners out. I think it's time to open the fridge. We'll sit out here for about an hour or so, throw down 2 or 3 beers, and then stumble into town. And I think we're going to go to Mexican tonight and get a nachos. They make a really nice nachos. So guys, if you're staying in Byron Bay, I think this spot here is the best spot. It's First Sun Holiday Park. It's right in the heart of town. It's right on the beach. There are a few further west that are a bit cheaper, but to be able to walk to the beach site, we're in site number 38. It's pretty good. It's got, as you can see here, a concrete slab. It's relatively flat. I did use my ramps for the first time ever, my little plastic ramps, to make it completely level. But yeah, it's about a 30-second, 60-second walk to the beach. 2 minutes to the pubs and clubs and cafes. So I think this is a definite goer. Yeah. On the way up, we stopped at Arrawarra Rest Stop, which is just north of Coffs Harbour. We like this one because it's a little bit further off the road than most of the other rest stops. And in the morning, we drove out to Arrawarra Headland, which is a beautiful little spot, only 5 minutes from the rest stop. Cooking up some bacon and eggs on the beach in the van. Bacon's taking a bit longer than expected, but it's going to be nice. On the beach, beautiful day, Arrawarra Beach. How good's that? These eggs don't look real happy either, do they? Booked to this spot. It was a 2-hour drive up to here. We're doing 2 nights here, and then we're going to move on to Mooloolaba. It's a good spot there where we're staying. It's right on the beach, also right on the river. Nice little restaurants and bars and cafes around, so that'll be good too. But for now, we're going to enjoy Byron Bay for the next 2 nights, and let's get into it. Okay, so I literally left my little campsite, my little powered site, about 40 seconds ago, and I'm now smack bang right on the water. This is a little grassy reserve that they've specifically made for us beer o'clockers. We come out here in the evening or the afternoon and bring our beers, our bourbons, our champagnes and cheese and vickies, and have a bit of a mingle and watch the sun slowly disappear. One thing I also didn't mention was that Byron Bay itself is the most eastern point on the Australian coastline. Well, Cape Byron is actually the most eastern point, but we're only just up the road anyway. Always nice to sit up here and watch someone catch a wave. If I can't catch a wave myself, it's always good watching someone else. One thing I do love about this little van, even in the rest spots, is this nice little shower and toilet. Last night it was that hot and sticky. I had to jump in the shower before I went to bed. Had a nice cold shower. Again, because we've got the 12-volt system, we can have and the gas, we can have a nice hot shower. But I had a cold shower because I was sweating like a pig. Put my little Ryobi 12-volt fan on all night, and I was as cool and comfortable as ever. Good little van this. It's It's big enough to be a small van, and it's small enough to be a big van. The little big van, I call it. So there's the First Sun Caravan Park, and it's literally about 20 metres from the water. As you can see, it's a magic day. We've had a good time here. We're probably in the one of the sites that's furthest from the beach, but it still took us about a minute to get here. Here's the caravan, it's not the caravan, but here's the car park. Unfortunately, it's only about a 4-hour limit, so you can't actually park your car and stay here for the night. You can't sneak down here in your little van and stay the night, which I suppose the caravan parks love. A few people in. Probably my pick of the holiday parks in Byron Bay. You're right in town, you're close to everything. There's one of the locals. As you can see, I've got the water right behind me. I was in yesterday, it was really warm in. Surf's not too big. Okay, so I'm back on a little track back to the caravan park. It's sad to leave this spot, but I'm going to Mooloolaba, which is just as good, if not better. I'll follow this guy, he seems to know where he's going. Yeah, they've constructed this little break wall and walkway along the beach just to allow us to walk along the beach even when it's big tide, big seas and big swell. Here's a bit of footage I captured just over a year ago when we were here. You wouldn't think it's the same place, but it's amazing what good and bad weather can do. Makes such a difference. That's something you don't see every day. Dog's chasing a lizard. I hope it gets away. Go lizard, go! I think he was go on, I have a swim in the surf. Whew. So back at home base now. It's been 60 seconds and I'm back at the back of the van. I literally love this little setup. It takes about 15 minutes. Put the awning out, the little shade screen, all the hoses, water hose, power hose, silage hose. It's a very comfortable setup for a few days. I can't wait to do some longer trips in this. It's going to be pretty cool. And now we're going to head off and have a look at the Byron Bay market. It's just up the beach, about 2 minutes walk from here. Look at this. How nice. Look at the beach look today. Plenty of people out. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing, liking and sharing with others. If you have any feedback or questions and suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. Once again, thanks for watching. Safe travels everyone.